Okay, today I want to talk about a trophy wife. Uh, so me and my family member were talking about what it takes to not what it takes, but basically is being a trophy wife hard, right? And we both kind of agreed that it is hard, all right. But I'm not gonna say we agreed on our perception as to why it's hard. But my idea of why I think it's hard is simply because of this. All right, hear me out. You gotta hear this whole thing for it to end to truly understand why I think being a trophy wife is hard. Right? I think being a trophy wife is hard. It's just due to appearance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking like uh, in a social standing. Just just looking good, plain point. Period. Just looking good, making sure your figure is on point all the time, making sure your clothes are able to fit you and still look nice on you all the time. Or if you want to be on the little extra side where you change your weight. In the summer you slim, in the winter you're a little on the thick side, but you still maintain looking good. You maintain keeping that same figure, which requires pretty much working out all the time, but not too much that you slim down too much and you drop your appeal, or getting too big, and the same reaction. You drop your appeal drops. Folks don't find you all that attractive, depending on the social standing setting, right? Then physical appearance again, but in social settings, right? How do you dress? So it's like, as soon as you get up, you get out, you put on that makeup, the fit, and everything. You pretty much have to put a lot of thought into what you're gonna wear that day, especially if the situation is casual, business casual. You know what I'm saying? Or straight for business. But you can never be. No one can ever see you look on looking bad. You can't be with a little hairnet on and wearing sweats and stuff. Nah, you gotta be trophy wife. As soon as you step outside the house, you looking like a 10 everywhere you go. You holding yourself accordingly everywhere you go. Right? That's a lot of work. That's a lot of mental stress to stay, you know, Miss Perfect all the time. Mm. So then we're gonna get into it. The the skill sets, right? Because I feel like for folks who watch the less serious shows where they showcase a trophy wife being dumb and stuff, I think that's the opposite. Trophy wives literally have to be very well educated and be able to pick up on social cues and everything, knowing when to enter a situation, when to leave a situation, when to speak in a situation. Because after all, you're a trophy wife. Your main thing is to make your husband look good. So that goes into a lot of work on being socially adept. You got to be able to read the situation around you, knowing how to give your husband better advantages. I'm not saying sleep with them, because then you're not really being a trophy wife. Or at least my idea of a trophy wife, you're not being a trophy wife. But you're helping your husband gain connections. You know what I'm saying? You talk here, you talk there, but you're not overstepping your ground, because at the end of the day, it pretty much comes down to your husband, right? Because remember, you're trying to fulfill the role of being a trophy wife, right? So, being socially adept, as in being able to read people to a very almost manipulative degree, is very, once again, that's a decent skill set. You got to be very well versed in that skill to do all of that stuff, right? Then being, how I put it, well educated enough on different subject matters, right? After all, when you step out in the world, you represent your husband, your trophy wife. You is meant to look good at all times. You are complimenting your husband at all times, right? So it's a lot of talking. This is getting me winded. So yeah. So yeah. Basically, being well versed in different subject matters, as in, you're pretty much an all rounder when it comes to knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You're not a subject matter expert, but you know enough, and you a very high vocabulary. So in short, you are knowledgeable enough on the subject matter that they probably are conversing about. So should you have to be put into the conversation, you're not there to join the conversation, but you're there to, like I said, compliment your husband at all times. Put your, 2 cents in, or opinion or comment, you know what I'm saying, into the conversation. So in order to do that, you're basically going to take whatever idea that you had in your head and sum it up. So you can get straight to the point, put it out there, show them that, you're more than just looks, but at the same time, you kind of sum it up, put it out there, and excuse yourself, like, well, I wouldn't know much, blah, 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 but such and such, and then it's like, I leave the rest to my husband type mess. The stuff you see on TV type stuff, right? All that other stuff. Keep in mind, the whole time I'm talking about this whole trophy wife, this is just what I think is what makes being a trophy wife hard, right? Then you go down to, it's like, bam, so not only you have to maintain looks physically and socially, you also gotta be well, knowledgeable and socially adept, right? Then home etiquette and everything. You ain't no servant, but when you get a guest, you do like the basic necessities, serving a guest, and then you just exit the scene. Stage left, down the stairs, to the right, all that good stuff, right? Take the coat, put it in the coat or jacket room if you have one. I don't know. I mean, you're a trophy wife, so you're probably dating a rich person. So you probably do got multiple closets. One is a coat room. So I'm assuming so. So bam, you put the coat in there, probably serve tea if that's the dynamics of how that goes. But basically, you have really good home etiquette. So if you guess, head out. Leave the rest to the husband. All right. So with all that said and done, those are what I think what makes being a trophy wife really hard and stressful. More hard mentally than anything else, just simply because you're maintaining an image. And maintaining an image is always going to be hard. So to sum it up, being trophy wife is hard because you have to maintain an image that, supports the husband in all ways. You're basically the Robin to a Batman without playing, without doing normal wife stuff where it's just like, if my husband can't handle this, I'll take it on all the way. You know what I'm saying? That kind of support compared to the other one where you have to pretend like you can't really do this because your main job is just to be seen and not heard type stuff. I guess that's what's the phrase that's associated with being a trophy wife. But me and my family member were talking about this, and this is got me thinking to talk about it here, so I posted on here. And this is what I think makes being a trophy wife hard. I'm out.